Hello my friends, this is Paul and welcome to A Common Touch of Fantasy. It's Sunday, so this is Sunday's Shorts. So for this week we read Sleeper by Joe Walton, and then I also picked The Princess and the Queen by George R.R. Martin. I have to admit I did not finish The Princess and the Queen by George R.R. Martin. I was having too much fun reading Inda by Sherwood Smith. But I did read Sleeper by Joe Walton, and it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Sleeper by Joe Walton is a short story about a biographer that is interviewing a computer simulation of a man that lived many years ago. And in her current society, it is very capitalistic to the point where there isn't any programs for individuals from the government. So there's like no government-sponsored health insurance or, government-sponsored housing. And it's all capitalistic things, and like the apartments and rooms that people live in are like extremely small now. And most people's quality of living, it has kind of gone down. And so she's interviewing this guy that she had a suspicion that he was a Soviet spy in Britain back in the 1940s, and he never said anything about it, but she kind of figured out that he was a Soviet spy. So she interviews him, and it's basically a computer program but has like kind of this consciousness, and asks him about it. And this guy is also homosexual, and it was a secret all his life. So he thought kind of that that's what she was looking for, was that secret. But what it is she wanted to find out if he was actually a spy. And he admitted, yes, he was a spy. And he did not want that to come out, though. He did not want that to be in the biography. And she said, well, no, that's not really the point. The point is I want to pick your brain about socialist issues and have you talk about socialism as something that is good for a country, and how some socialism, a little bit of it, can actually help the people of the country. So that was her whole idea to interview the guy, so that when the book was released, they would have the biography, but then they would have this video, this interview with this guy that has more socialistic mindset, and that possibly it could go into the minds of the people of society that maybe that type of living would be okay. So even though this is very political, I felt like because of the way it was written, it wasn't really political just for the sake of being political. It was more the politics were involved in this story because of the story. And I guess that is something that Joe Walton does well, is that she's able to, tell us something, but also make sure that it's wrapped in a story where it's not like she's preaching at us. Anyways, I really liked it. It was very short. I wish it was a little bit longer. It really reminds me of Revelation Space, the first book by Alistair Reynolds. In that book, they create a biography of a guy that passed away by using a computer simulation. And in that story, you basically can live the life of the individual within the simulation, which is pretty cool. So that really reminded me of that. Anyways, I like this idea of taking dead people and making computer simulations and interviewing them and creating a biography that's interactive. I think that's an awesome idea. And I really enjoyed Sleeper. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, I did not finish the George R.R. Martin. It's pretty long, and I started it, but I was like, I really want to read Inda instead, so I read Inda instead. So yeah. For next week, we're going to read some Nebula short stories that are nominated for the Nebulas. The first one is The Fisher Queen by Alyssa Wong. Second one is The Meek and the All-Seeing Eye by Matthew Kressel. And the fourth one is When It Ends, He Catches Her by Eugie Foster. So, Octavio did a Nebula short story video like a week ago, and I'll put his link below. He did a great job of reviewing those, and I got the ones that he liked pretty much the most, and we're going to read those. They're very short. They're all on the website, so links are below. So check those out. So that's this Sunday's reads. What short stories, what short fiction, novellas, novelettes did you guys read? What did you guys think of Sleeper? Did you like it? And are you looking forward to next week? And do you have any recommendations for the week after that for short stories or novelettes or novellas? All right, so thanks for watching. Have a nice day.